Okay, big up, guys. It is the Shankly's Boot Room channel here. Myself, Sean, back again with another live stream, or not so regular live streams, but doing live streams when I can. And it's great to see you. I think I felt a bit misty here. I don't know whether the lighting's okay. It's been jumping in a bit out, in and out a little bit. So hopefully the reception has settled down. Um, so yeah, and who's been coming on with me with a few streams late. And I really thank you to him for sharing his time. Is Uncle Rodz. Welcome, Uncle.
Yeah, welcome. I'll just knock the
Yeah.
wire out, but that's all right. I'll just sort that out in a minute.
Okay. Yeah. I'm always
Yeah,
doing
so
that.
yeah, all good.
Mm.
All good, all good,
Yeah.
all good.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, we just. I mean, it's very, very. Just to speak a little bit about YouTube for a minute, because I do think, like, even the subscribers, it's good for them to hear this as well.
Yeah,
That you know, doing YouTube with a Liverpool channel is really, really well. Probably with a lot of channels, but there's a lot of channels out there now, and the way that YouTube is working is they are doing this sort of a hype thing. So a lot of channels are getting hyped, and they're getting hyped. That can actually work quite well for a small channel, actually, because when they press the hype button, you go up the ladder. And so what's
okay.
happening is a lot of people who've had regular, much bigger channels than me, but sort of say like Coppish level or those levels, they're getting actually less views than they were getting before because of this hype stuff. So it's a new thing they've introduced, and what have you. So that's one thing that's been changed. So all I'm asking for to anyone that comes in, let me just get the chat up because I don't know who's coming in and who's not yet, is that to just like and subscribe our channels, please, because that's the only way we can actually grow and get seen. Because YouTube, it works a bit like Google, so you've got the top page, which when you put in something like, say, Liverpool streams or whatever, you've got all the top channels that will come up first, and it filters down and down and down. And I'm probably on about page 296, but but that's no problem. It's not about doing it for subscribers. It's about doing it for a community. But to build a
Yeah,
community, the only way it can happen is if people like and subscribe. So
yeah,
in the description, I've put Uncle's channel. Uncle's channel. So if you're not subscribed to Uncle's channel, please do that. It's in the description there. You'll see it there, and just click on that link and go and subscribe to him because he's been doing some wonderful content lately.
appreciate that.
I love your reaction videos. They're brilliant, fantastic. The reaction videos, they're really good.
Yeah, I've got
Um,
one coming up.
yeah.
I've got one coming up later.
Mm,
After the show, about 15 minutes after the game. Do you know what I mean?
mm,
So yeah, I mean, I do the watch longs, and to be honest, I'll be honest with you, I don't get like a lot of views.
no.
Um, but I do it because I enjoy it.
Mm.
You know what I
I
mean?
think I looked at doing the watch alongs. The problem with doing the watch alongs for me is either they're going to go to like Coppish probably, or Jamie or someone like that, the
Mm,
bigger
mm,
channels, and then the ones that most people actually already probably have some kind of device they're watching it on anyway.
mm,
Yes, of course, there are certain countries where people might not have access to the games and that, but pretty much most of, especially here, like the UK or America
mm,
and stuff like that, they're getting all these games anyway, so they're probably just watching them,
yeah,
actually watching the match. I don't know, but then have us on in the background maybe for a bit of chat.
mm.
But yeah, I'd like to do some more watch-alongs. I did some in the beginning. I actually done one watch-along to myself. The
Ah,
whole entire watch-along was just to me. But I have had watch-alongs where there's quite a few in, so
mm.
it doesn't necessarily work
No,
out that
I've
way.
been for that myself. I've been doing watch longs till I've had like one,
Mm,
two, three, five. Do
yeah,
you know what I mean? And stuff, and
yeah.
but as I said, I mostly do it because I enjoy it. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
I do because I
mm,
enjoy it. So yeah, it's fun. Do you know what I mean?
yeah, it is.
We
Yeah,
did it.
yeah.
We do this for enjoyment, don't we? Because we like talking about our beloved club. Do you know what I
Exactly.
mean? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah,
some people gonna get more sort of like acclaim than what we get, but
yeah,
we've got to keep
yeah.
on going, and
Mm,
hopefully one time you get noticed by so big. But this
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
hype button, where's that on YouTube? Or
Yeah, on YouTube, I don't know if you've noticed it, but when you're on someone else's show, or especially if it's a recorded one or you're watching it back,
Mm.
when you go to like the when you go to like it, it comes up hype,
Okay.
and when that button comes up, when you press the hype button, they get a lot more. They get like 1,200 points or something like this, and it goes onto like a leaderboard,
Yeah.
you know. And so what's happening is a lot of. I mean, I think it's probably quite good for a channel like, say, mine, a small channel, because if two or three people hype it, it probably goes higher up the viewership than
Okay.
where it
Okay.
wouldn't where it normally be, you know.
Oh, something else.
But
Something else got to hype it, not you.
yeah, someone else has to hype it. Yeah,
Right.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I've done one of your shows actually. One of your
Oh,
shows I've
thank
done a
you.
hype recently.
Oh, appreciate that.
So yeah, you go up the ladder, and then every so often you get a little message come through, or it's an email or something, and it tells you how many people have hyped you and all this. It's a new thing they've introduced, YouTube, I think, you know,
Okay.
and I think it's probably to help smaller channels actually, you know.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So yeah, but anyway, let's get into Liverpool. Did you want to go over anything with the Burnley game? Did you want to cover any of that? Have you covered
Yeah.
most of that on your own channel or
We
whatever?
could have a
Yeah,
little chat about that. A little chat. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah, 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 yeah.
About it
I
because
mean, I mean, essentially, it was obviously attack versus defence. Basically, they set out to absolutely defend, really never come over the halfway line. I think, apart from once, and we just
yeah.
couldn't break them down for ages and ages. But then I found out this statistic afterwards, which I didn't know at the time, but they haven't lost in about 18 months at
Yeah.
their ground,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
is quite amazing, really. I mean, the Championship's no rubbish league. You know,
That's so true.
there's some powerful teams in there, and
Mm.
to hold a record like that is quite amazing. So that kind of puts it a bit in perspective, doesn't it? What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, at the day, when you're playing a 5-4-1, it doesn't leave much space for creativity. Yeah. You know what I mean? Or an attacking element as such. The only problem with playing a 5-4-1 is that, again, do you know what I mean? You're not going to get in the attacking third too often. You know what I mean? Um, and also as well, if you concede a goal, what do you do then? What do you do? Do
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Do you set up more negative or do you go more expansive?
Mm.
Do you know what I mean? And a lot of people that do set up with this 5-4-1 business, not to lose, once they concede, they haven't got a clue. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Another thing that happens, right, when you're sitting deep, you're literally applying, literally asking for pressure. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're getting pressed and you're getting sort of like pressure. And you're camped out in your high, and you're not getting
Mm.
nowhere. You can just the team in front of your opposition, and they are making passes to put you out of position. So you constantly have to move there. You constantly have to move here. Do you know what I mean? And like something has to slip into your place whilst you move. Do you know what I mean? It's a lot of hard work. But the last thing as well is you can consider penalties. You know what I mean? A
Yeah.
penalty can happen like it did the other day. Like it did the other day. Do you
Mm.
know what I mean? So to me, at the end of the day, setting up with a 5-4-1 is not conventional, but people still do it.
Yeah.
People still do it. But I think at the end of the day, the best thing probably what they can do if they want to set up so they don't want to lose, set up in a 4-4-2.
And
Set up
I guess from a Liverpool point of view, when you really think about it, there's going to be a lot of teams this season in the cup games, but also in the Premier League games in particular, where a lot of teams probably will set up like this very defensively, won't they? Because they're going to know our firepower now, with obviously Wirtz, Ekatike. People are not stupid. They know that these players are not going to be out of form forever, or it's going to click at some point. And when it does, you know, it's going to be. So I suppose for a lot of teams, they're thinking it's better. You know, we're just not going to go and attack Liverpool. We're just going to, especially at Anfield.
Yeah. But you see what it is, I think you still run a risk of not doing that, sitting back and inviting pressure. You're running a risk, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
You
no, I
have
agree
to
with you.
have that runner at the end of the day that's going to be able to break and get out the field quick, very quick, you know what I mean? And if you look at Liverpool, the way they set up, sometimes they leave like one or two people back. So then at the day, you're out shit out a lot of them because, like, Virgil van Dijk can track anybody. He can track anybody. He can track two people at the same time. He's done it before. He's done it again and again and again. Track two people at the same time. Force the other person to make a mistake. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not really a conventional thing to do when you come to Anfield. Because look, big bad Arsenal tried it. Tried that sort of like, sitting back, defensive, trying to catch us on the break. And look how that turned out for them.
Yeah.
They lost 1-0. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just think that they sort of like teams that are coming to Anfield today, my advice would be to them, just take a chance. You never know what's going to happen. Just take a chance.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? You set up too negative at the day, you're going to get a negative result. Because you think about it, yeah? Right? They set up negative. Yeah, just think at the day they got a point out of that game. What's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point? What's the point? We could, Liverpool can afford it today, sort of like, take a point out of game because more likely we're going to be able to make it up. Do you know what I mean? Along the line, we're going to make a point. We're going to turn it into 3 points along the line. You know what I mean? Right? But when you look at something like a Burnley, right? You're not thinking that with Burnley, are you? Really? Do you know what I mean? You're thinking that, well, you need the 3 points. Because if you don't get the 3 points, you're not going to stay up. Do you know what I mean? So there's a fine line in playing this sort of like tactic at the end of the day to sort of like, not to lose. Do you know what I mean? Because like, how many times are you going to play that? How many times are you going to play that? Until you realise at the day, well, look, this is not working for us. We're not getting the sufficient amount of points that we need to get. You know what I mean? So leave all that to Sam Allardyce and Tony Pulis. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Speaking about the Burnley game, I mean, something I noticed is just how good Gravenberch is becoming. He's just becoming. I mean, I thought last year he was amazing, especially up until like about January. Then he obviously petered off a bit. He was obviously put a lot into them games. Didn't get subbed very much, and the couple of games since he's come back. I mean, he could be a big reason why we're. I mean, I know Verge has defended well, and Konate's been a lot better. But he's almost gives us that defensive solidity, but at the same time he builds up our attacks, doesn't he?
Yeah, because that's the sort of player that Arne Slot likes. Arne Slot likes those ball carrying sixes, as we call them. You know what I mean? Get the ball, carry it forward to attack. Get the ball, carry it forward to attack. Once you defend it, once you got the ball, carry it to attack. Carry it to attack. It's like a supermarket, right? You find something you like, you pick it up, carry it out to checkout. Do you know what I mean? And you buy it, and you're off. Yeah. You got what you want. So carry, you like those people that carry the ball to attack, and then attack the attacker to score a goal, and then we're all good. You know what I mean? But what impresses me about Ryan Gravenberch is his turn in midfield when he turns. If he gets the ball, he just turns and leaves the opposing player in no man's land.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And he's got such a phenomenal stride on him that when he's striding away, heading towards the goal, he actually reminds me a lot of Yaya Toure.
Oh,
with that big long stride he's got, and powerful figure running forward. He was a real player, yeah. So yeah, he was just kind of he was one of the standouts in that game for me. So what was your thoughts about the game after the game? A lot of people was quite disappointed really that we didn't score more or didn't. I mean, a lot of people said we didn't play well, but how can you really play well when they're just all defending really? So I mean, I think it's because Wirtz hasn't 100% clicked how we would have hoped he would have done. Even though I think he's actually been improving each game personally, but not everyone agrees with that. But it still obviously isn't quite gelling with everybody up front, and obviously Mo Salah's quite other than the fact he scored the penalty, had another fairly quiet, poor game. So do you just think this is a matter of time before these players get used to each other? Do you think there needs to be a change? Do you think Isak coming in maybe in the near future could be the answer to a lot of this?
Well, apparently he's supposed to be playing tonight.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be playing tonight. But like, I mean, the game the other day, it wasn't the best, was it? It wasn't the best.
No.
I think we can all decide on that, can't we? We could all say it wasn't the best, but sometimes in the day, if you're not playing the best but still get the victory, you've got to say, well, yeah, because as you said in the day, when you're playing against a low block and a very defensive team, there's not really a lot you can do. You know what I mean? So if you come out with the 3 points, it's happy days. You know what I mean? But on the whole, on Burnley we didn't play well. You know what I mean? But I've seen other teams play well. You know what I mean? Really well, and not come out with anything. You know what I mean? It seems like the teams that don't play so well in certain games win things. I mean, look at Man United in the day. Man United used to have some games at the beginning of the season. You think, I mean, they're not winning this season. And then you go about 10 games down the line, right? And they're sitting in second place. And then next week, they're sitting in first place. And then they bloody win the league. You know what I mean? So I think sometimes you've got to be able to win ugly. You know what I mean? And that's the only way you can win against, a team that plays playing a long block. When I was watching the game, I didn't watch it. I said, look. Because they literally got 9 men behind the ball.
Yeah.
And they had one guy like floating outside, you know what I mean? But whenever he got the ball, right, like there was like enough cover, behind Sunday to take the ball off him.
Yeah.
Take the ball
I mean, Allison, he could have read a book, couldn't he?
I know, innit?
He could have got a deck chair out and read a book. It was had so little to do.
I know.
But so let's move on to the Champions League then. Has there been in the first run of games from like Tuesday and yesterday? Is there any is there any team standing out for you in the Champions? I know it's only the first games, but is anyone that looks good to you?
I'll tell you what. Did you see that game with? He's in the chat, isn't he? Yeah. He says Fuzz is in the chat. So he's on echoing. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna have to fix up the. I think it's the.
Unks, you're echoing. Oh, okay. I don't hear you echoing my end.
Yeah. I hear myself echoing. I can hear myself echoing.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, but I'll sort that out. Yeah. Did you see the game with?
Big up, Fuzzy.
What's it called? Benfica and Carabao. Is it Benfica Carabao? Who's Benfica playing yesterday?
I know. Didn't Carabao? Yes, because I think Carabao won, didn't they?
Yeah,
and I think they've appointed. I think they've appointed Jose Mourinho now.
Benfica.
Yeah, they've sacked the manager and appointed. That's what I've heard. Yeah, off the back of that, and I think the guy at Benfica has been there for years and years and years or something. He's like part of the furniture.
Yeah.
So that'd be interesting.
I know.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to actually mention, even though they're our arch rivals, I wanted to mention Arsenal a little bit because although Athletic Bilbao are not not the club that I really sort of like think wow about, because I mean we played them pre-season and we beat them with in one of the 2 games we played, and we beat them with our kids. So I'm not saying I've got a big respect for them in that way, but even so, Arsenal done quite a professional job there, didn't they? In the win they had there, they defended well and got there, and they have some injuries as well. Arsenal, how did you think they played?
No, I think. I watched the game yesterday. I did a watch along to it. I wasn't impressed. Yeah,
they are. Look, Fozzie's saying it here. Hi, Fozzie. He's saying that Jose Mourinho's the new manager now. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what I heard. Yeah.
I thought he said, yeah, that he's not going to a FIFA club. He wants to go to a lower club.
Yeah. I tell
After
you
he
what
got
it.
that.
I tell you what I think it is. Benfica, they're in the Champions League, and I think Jose Mourinho loves to be in the Champions League. You know, and he was quite
Yeah,
disappointed that what you call it, they never got in. You know, they didn't qualify for it. So uh, I'm sort of I'm half surprised, but then again, I'm not in another way. You know, so we'll see really on that one. It's an interesting one, definitely.
yeah, he's an interesting
Yeah,
one.
it's an interesting one.
Yeah, but he said that he didn't want to go to a Champions League game. After Fenerbahce, he said, like, and he goes like, obviously, then he up low, obviously lower league, low teams in the name, low league teams that let him know he'll go there. That's what he
Yeah,
said. But
yeah.
clearly that didn't last long, did it really?
No,
But yeah,
no,
so
yeah.
like when you look at games like Benfica, you look at Benfica, and
Mm.
then you looked at sort of like Juventus and Dortmund. That was
Juventus,
a good game
Juventus,
yesterday.
Juventus. I heard had a crazy game. It was a mad game or something.
Yeah, 4-4. They were
Yeah, I
literally
didn't see
4.
it, but
It was
yeah.
literally 4-2 down. There's 4-2
Mm.
down, and then they
Wow.
came back in leveled it 4-4. But like, and Juventus is at home.
Yeah, it's kind of
It was
crazy,
mad.
really, isn't it? Yeah.
It was mad. But I watched the
Mm.
game with Arsenal yesterday, and listen, I wasn't that impressed with it.
Mm.
But like, they got the job done, innit?
Mm.
They
Mm.
got the job done. You know what I mean? It's the parts that were boring.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And like, I was just like, great.
Mm.
But again, if you get the job done, and if you get the job done, it's like, what can you do?
Yeah. Yeah.
What can you do? You know what I mean? Because we faced the same problem the other day when we were playing against Burnley. Everybody was saying that that Liverpool this and that. And we had to gently remind them what we won the game. Do you know what I mean? So
Mm.
I suppose the same sort of thing could be applied to Arsenal. You know what I mean? But like, was I impressed with it? No, not the
No.
slightest.
No. It is a long season ahead, and there's going to be so many changes to it, of course, and Champions League or not. I think Arne Slot. I don't know what your thoughts are on this, but I think Arne Slot isn't going to go so gun ho or so because I think last year we were really up for the Champions League, we're just
Yeah,
giving it everything in every game, and I'm not saying that we're not going to go out to win games because that's Arne Slot won't accept that, but
yeah,
I don't think he's going to go so full on because it seems to me that to actually win the league. To win the group phase doesn't actually really mean anything. We still ended up
and
going and
Gary
getting
Finland,
PSG, for example. Yeah. So with the Merseyside derby, so going on to thinking about that, how do you think the team's going to shape up? Bearing in mind we have the Merseyside derby, well, Saturday Saturday lunchtime really as well.
yeah, Saturday lunchtime. Yeah.
Half a game and rotate round, or how do you think it's going to work?
Um, I think unlike last season, he's
Mm.
going to utilise his squad to his best ability. Do you know what I mean? To
Yeah.
his best ability. He's not going to continuously use the same people. Do you know what I mean?
Mm.
Because we still got Curtis Jones to come back, and I think that Curtis Jones is a fantastic player. Do you know
Yeah.
what I mean? We still got like so Engamoa, not Isaac, the other young lad,
Bradley.
Trainer only,
Oh,
and
Traore.
stuff
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which
Mm.
could sort of like hold his own. So in regards to Saturday, I think he probably would rotate. It won't be
Mm.
too much. You know what I mean? It won't be
Yeah.
like crazy. You know what I mean? Because as you alluded to, I think what it is with Ali Scott, he doesn't like to go gun ho because he wants to be in control. He wants the team to still always be in control of
Yeah.
what needs to be done. So like he'll go and get the victory. Do you know what I mean? Yeah? But the team's got to be in control all the time. Do you understand what I'm saying? So we don't
Mm.
get people on this like doing the things to us like last minute goals and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You always want to be in control, and I find out, he's very good at possession play football. You know what I mean?
Mm.
You know, I mean, I think what's happened in regards to Arne Slot and his tactics, he constantly still talks to Jurgen Klopp. They still talk. You know what I mean? So for all we know, they both can be throwing ideas around. You know what I mean? And like Klopp can be helping with like certain individual players. Like say, look, my advice to you, Slot, is to do this, and do this with that guy. Yeah, all right. But again, you're the manager. It's up to you. But I'm just going to give you advice. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So what Arne Slot will probably do is, yeah, fair play, and he will take what Klopp said, put his what obviously what he thinks in it, and mix it up together and see what comes out of it. Do you know what I mean? But Arne Slot's tactics and there, I can't fault it so far. It's got us through to sort of like it's been a good time.
Yeah.
We haven't touch wood, we haven't had a lot of bad times. You know what I mean? So I do think you'll see changes on Saturday. It's like not too audacious, as it were.
Yeah. So with all that in mind, then for tonight's game, let's go through the team and see how we think it'll shape up. So do you think it'll be Alisson in goal, or do you think Mamardashvili might come in for this one? What do you think there?
Ali all the way, man. Ali all the way.
Yeah.
Ali all the way. You need the big talent. You need the big game players in these games like this. You know.
Yeah.
And let's come with it because touch with the last couple of times that we played them, we had some good victories.
Yeah.
I can only remember they beat us once so far when we played. I think it was a season that we won the Champions League. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It
was in lockdown, wasn't it? Was it in lockdown or is it in COVID time?
Yeah, it's semi-lockdown, wasn't it? It's semi-lockdown,
Yeah.
sort of like, and they beat us. I don't know. I can't remember the score, but they counter-attacked at that time.
I think we actually played really well that game, if I remember rightly, and they just kind of sneaked it. But
they just. I think what it was. They scored against us, and I think after they scored against us, we was always chasing the game, and I think we got a goal back, and they got a goal, and it was chaos, man. It was chaos. But that was the season that we thought that FFG was going to bring in these players, this players, and that players. You know what I mean? Which I should have. But I do expect Alisson to go tonight.
So an interesting position is definitely left back. So, in your opinion, do you reckon we go with Kirkes still, or do you reckon that Robertson maybe comes in? He played quite well when he came on, but what do you think maybe happens there? Do you reckon he goes back to Kirkes?
I think Robertson comes in for 60 minutes or so, and then Kirkes comes out.
Right. Okay. Even me, I tend to agree with you, and I think that might be the emphasis around quite a few positions. Because I think even at right back, which I don't think it'll be Szoboszlai at right back. I think it will be Bradley, because I think he'll push. I'm not too sure about Maka. Maka doesn't look all that fit to me, and I wonder whether he might put Szoboszlai in the middle of Gravenberch and Wirtz, and I think he might go back to Bradley. Bradley might start this one, but maybe after say 60 minutes or so, he might bring Frimpong on. Just to keep them fresh especially with the Merseyside derby coming up. What do you think about that?
I think that makes perfect sense. But then what you can do on Saturday is start Frimpong on Saturday. That's right back. Do you know what I mean? And even with the midfield situation, we've still got lots of Curtis Jones. We've still got Endo. Do you know what I mean? So we've still got kind of like got a situation in there where we can move players around. But ideally for that game, you're going to want Szoboszlai in Maka's place if Maka can't play. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he wasn't that fit before he come in, before he started. But what it is, he's alright. He's getting fitter.
Oh, what happened there?
Yeah.
Lost the chat there. Don't know where that went. Yeah, no, what I was thinking was, I'll show on stream, sorry, I cancel the chat there for some reason. Big up, Carl. Yeah, so everyone's kind of interested what's going to happen tonight with regards to the front line, because Arne Slot in his press conference gave a little bit more update on Isak, and that he'll probably play. He'll definitely seems to want. He's definitely going to play some part of this game. Just people don't know when. So, and it obviously depends on how the formation factors in onto who he starts, I guess. But so, if do you think he'll start with Isak, or do you think he'll come on in the second half?
He'll come on second half.
Yeah.
What you could do, is you could take off Gakpo, push Ekatike more out to the left. You know what I mean? And then you've got like Ekatike, Isak, and Salah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and it kind of literally depends how the game's going. You know what I mean? If we're winning about 2 or 3-0, for instance, probably you bring sort of like Isak on the last 10 minutes or so. Just give him a run at it. You know what I mean? You know?
Yeah.
And with a view to maybe starting him on Saturday. You know what I mean?
I think the other thing is they'll want Isak to get a big round of applause and all the rest of it, and a big welcome, because obviously it's going to be his first game. So if you start him, it doesn't have that same kind of impact that way. And I think if you bring him on, I think it'll give the crowd a lift as well. Just say for instance it's 1-1 or something at that time, and you bring Isak on, that's a big lift to the crowd and a big, you know what I mean? So I think I agree with you there. Yeah.
It literally depends how the game's going, doesn't it? Literally depends. You know, if we're winning 2 or 3-0, as I said, you know, we can bring them in our last 10 minutes. Or obviously, if we're losing like 1 or 2-0, which I hope we don't, you would look at the big on Isak one for earlier in the game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the second half, beginning of the second half or something like that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So with our forward line, then, it's been mentioned by quite a few people. Even I wasn't that impressed with Gakpo against Burnley. Really, I've got to be honest. Do you see a shift a little bit in that we might start experimenting a little bit on that left-hand side moving forward, maybe with Ekatike and Wirtz kind of interchanging on that role, or do you see Gakpo holding his position? What do you think there?
Listen, we all know that Slot, he doesn't he doesn't stand by it and let you kind of have a stinker. He's not, you know what I mean? He'll take you off.
Yeah.
That's what I'm surprised that Salah ain't done.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But he'll take you off the pitch and replace it.
And I think I'd almost like to see Ekatike in some way, especially when Isak. The problem I've got is that when Isak comes on, it's probably going to be Ekatike that goes off. It's my feeling, because he's been coming off early in quite a lot of the games. But what I'm hoping to see at some point is maybe if they start together, I'd like to see Ekatike, because he drifts off to the left anyway. In actual fact, a lot of the times he's actually in the same area as Wirtz. They're very close in the same part of the pitch. Yeah. So if he can go left and then pull the play out a little bit, and then, because when he receives the ball, he's very, very gifted he's very gifted once he's got the ball. It's actually quite hard to get the ball off Ekatike, if you notice so far this season. It's just getting the ball to him, but he's got much more chance out on the wing. And then he can create with Wirtz there, and obviously Isak as well. I just wonder whether that's something that I wonder in the next few weeks we might see.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest today, when you look at Ekatike, he's such a versatile player, and such a versatile player. And it seems like to me that sort of player that can adapt to any system. Do you know what I mean? Anything you want him, any system you want to play, he can adapt to it, and it take him long. Do you know what I mean? As what you said, you know what I mean? It could be a situation where, you know, like Ekatike comes off, and Isak comes on, but then it goes down to what I was saying before. It depends on the result of the game at the time. Because if you're 2 or 3 nil down, you're looking to bring them both on, you know. You're looking to get them both on, to see how many goals they can get. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but I'm really impressed with Ekatike, the way he can adapt to like different formations, different tactics, and so on. And he's very energetic as well. You know, and plus he scores goals. Isn't
Yeah.
he?
Yeah, I really like Athletico. I think he's got a lot going for him. Some people have criticised him a little bit more in these last two games, but I haven't.
Yeah.
I still think he's been a bit starved of the ball, but that's not his fault. It's how we've created the ball to get to him and stuff like that. But he'll come good. That guy, that lad. I know he will.
He pants him
Well,
up.
as the
People
T-shirt
pants him
says.
up, don't they? Yeah, man. That's TK. But people like pants him up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, one or two games, not bad games, but it's kind of like it's not what they expect that way. And then they get on and start criticising him. Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, the fan bases are so reactive. I mean, they are just by if one player has a poor game, it's why did we bother spying him? And you just think, hang on a minute, it's one game. You know, we've got all anyone can have a bad game, as it were. You know, even some fans have heard wondering about Wirtz. You know, at the end of the day, he's played four games. He's a quality player. He will come good. You know, he just needs that bit of time to settle in, get used to it. He's had some tough games to start. When you think of the role he's trying to play, he's had the worst games you could get, really. So,
that's the thing sometimes, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You know, because like obviously there's two things that can happen to you. Obviously, if you're a new player coming into the squad, you can take sort of like a lot of time, or short time to get used to it. Do you know what I mean? But this league is like an unforgiving league. If they don't see what they're supposed to see, well, then you're trash. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, as well, you could have a player. He didn't speak about 2 or 3 seasons, but he just in a stage where he's like off stage. You know what I mean? Where things ain't going right for him, sort of like. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't mean that person can't come good again. It just means that this certain time of the day he can't shine. Do you know what I mean? And I think what a lot of clubs do, which I don't like this, is they have a player, and the moment and day that he stops scoring as much goals as they think he should, not enough goals that sort of like he's supposed to, they're like, oh, he's rubbish, and they look to get rid of him. Looking sideways.
Yeah.
You know? So I don't know. I think the players at the day that are not really up there at the moment on par, I think they'll get there. It could be tonight. We won the main games that we think is wow. I didn't know how you could play like that. Do you know what I mean? Why don't we sign him?
Yeah, it'd be interesting. You know, the thing is, it'd be another low block because pretty much Simeone plays that way. I've heard some people mentioning that he's been slowly trying to be more progressive in the way they play. But one of the good things is they'll be without who's the forward? The forward we wanted, Alvarez, is it? Yeah. I think they're going to be without him, so that's a big miss for them, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's a big miss. I rate the player. I think he's a very good player. You know
I wanted him at Liverpool.
He can go on the wings, even ones, or he can just be that central striker. Do you know what I mean? You know, I've rated him very highly. And like, listen, I had a short list of strikers that I wanted, and he was on there. You know what I mean? He was on there with a couple of nights and stuff. But yeah, you know, no Ruben out, Julian Alvarez. It's got to be a plus for us. It's got to be a plus for us. Let's make it work for us.
Yeah. So what's your score prediction, Uncle? What are you going for?
I actually don't think we're going to concede today. You know that? Yeah. I actually don't think we're going to concede. I actually feel that it could be 2-0 to Liverpool.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going for. 2-0. I reckon. I've got a feeling Athletico might score in this game, and it'd be nice it'd be wonderful if Alexander Isak scores and comes on and scores. Wouldn't it?
That's too much sauce there, mate. Too much sauce. You know those ones, isn't it? I love it.
Do you know something? Right, I'm going to say something now. With Isak, I've got a picture in my mind, and I've got all the grounds where he scores, and then he runs past the away fans. Like if we're playing like Man United at Old Trafford,
Yes, that's the thing, the right.
Arsenal at the Emirates, Everton at their new ground. If he goes by with all this, it's going to be brilliant. Really is.
Yeah, man.
Mm,
I'm looking forward to it, man.
it's going
Yeah,
to be
also,
great.
I was talking the other day about Coutinho, and do you remember that goal he scored against Man United
Mm.
when he chipped there for the angle? Oh, how I still don't know up to today how he done that. The
No,
angle was so tight, bro. And the thing, when we laughed, yeah, is there De Gea was actually covering that side, wasn't he? He's
Mm.
actually covering that side. He kind of like forward, and he just looked back, and I think, "You're fucking kidding me." You're
Mm. It's
kidding me.
amazing. Yeah. Mm.
Oh man, but like I was just thinking
It
about
is.
that. But see what it is, and I do feel the players that we bought, in this transfer window can do great things for us.
Yeah.
Really great things for us. And I'm considering that we didn't really get to finish our transfer.
Mm.
I mean, because as I said, there's 2.5.
Yeah.
But like, yeah,
And I
there's
think
two
a
and a
lot of
half.
the players, as much as doing it for themselves and for the fans, they'll also be doing it for Jota.
Oh yeah,
I really believe that, and that's why I think they're going. That's why even late in games, we're still, really going for. We're still really trying to get that goal. We
yeah,
just want to win. We just want to get over the line for everything. And yeah,
yeah.
they're doing it for themselves as well, and they're doing it for the fans, and they're doing it for the club. But they're doing. I think that in the back of their minds, it's like, we're doing it for him.
This is for you. I listen. I literally got a feeling. It's like some of the things that we win. I think even like when it comes to the Premiership, I think when we win the Premiership, I've got a vision of like Jota's misses in the crowd, and then obviously when we won the league and we're celebrating in the picture, she gets told to come down and think that, yeah,
Mm.
gets told, and when we like holding the cup and going like that, cheering,
Yeah.
he gets the cup to do it. She gets the cup to do
Yeah.
it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And miraculously, she turns up in a sort of like a Jota number 20 t-shirt,
Yeah. Well,
and
that'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
the kids have got a Jota number 20 t-shirt as well.
Mm.
That'd be so class.
Oh, that'd be really cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah, that'd be really cool. That would.
You won't get
Yeah.
better than that, mate.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I'm looking forward tonight. So, did you say you're doing a watch along?
Yeah, I'm gonna do a watch on, but after this, I'm doing a preview. I'm quick,
Okay.
30 or 40 minutes.
Yeah. I just wanted to say to everybody in here that if you we've got a few in the background there. If you want to, his Uncle's doing a watch along tonight. So his description is his channel is in my description. So if you want to head along to that, if you're not actually if you're not subscribed already to his channel, if you want to subscribe to and join him tonight for the watch along, it'd be brilliant. I might even come along and join you actually with that.
Yeah, just jump in.
Come in the
Anybody
background, yeah.
welcome in the team.
Yeah.
I've got a
But, yeah.
preview that I'm doing after this because I was supposed to do it earlier on, but I was doing something for my dad and that, so
Okay.
pushed it along to 5 o'clock. But yeah, I'm gonna do that preview, and then we'll see 7:50. The watch long starts, and come on, you ready? Let's do it. First game of Champions League. Let's put a statement out there. Let's put a statement out there. Do you know what I mean? Say, look,
Yeah.
this Champions League
that'd be
maybe
great.
come back to Anfield.
Mm.
I would love that to happen. Do you know what I mean? That Champions League and the league came back to Anfield. I would love it. I mean,
Yeah.
we went for the parade back in May. For the parade and that. Obviously, the only bad thing about that day was the fact of the trains, racking your train.
Oh yeah.
And that guy driving into people
Yeah.
and that. You know what I mean? That's the only thing bad about it. But other than that, it was a good day. I got to see Arnie Slot and Rodz van Dijk.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's good.
It was certainly the wettest day in a time where we'd had such great weather as well, wasn't it? And it turned out to be one of the wettest
Constant
ones.
rain, wasn't it? It was constant
Cool.
rain, man.
It never stopped raining.
And even when he got to that, because I went up by train, yeah. Even when I eventually got back from Liverpool to Birmingham, when we got to Birmingham, it was still raining then.
Yeah.
Imagine that, it was still raining. You know what I mean? That's horrible. Horrible, man. I can't
Crazy.
take it.
Yeah.
Don't like that sort of
Anyway,
like,
we'll probably,
good day.
but we'll all still be there next year, probably if we get it.
Oh,
So we win it.
I'm gonna,
We'll be up
what
there.
I'm going to try and do is, obviously, I think like October time, I'm going to sort of like book somewhere in Liverpool.
Yeah.
But like somewhere you don't have to pay till you get there. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
I'll tell you where I stayed. I stayed in Chester,
Okay.
and you might think that's a strange thing to do, but the thing about that was obviously you're a bit out of the crowds and everything, but they got what they call the sort of like it's almost like an underground
Right.
from that goes around just outside Liverpool and goes into Chester. So and that's how I came in, and it's so quiet when I came in, but they unfortunately closed it for going back. Obviously, with all the as you know, with all the rail services were in a bit of a mess, weren't they, going back? But
It was that rail service business.
Yeah.
It was horrendous. You know what I mean? There's people that day having like epileptic fits right in front of them. You know what I mean?
yeah,
I
it's-
one young lady, right? She was in a group, and she was with her boyfriend there as well. And her boyfriend kept on laughing at me because what it was, she had her umbrella and he was like poking in my face. You know what I mean? I was like, like that, right? And he was like laughing, but then I got to talk to him. He was having a laugh and all that. Mate, I must have just turned my head for 1 minute. I turned back and he was like frantic and everything like that, right? And he's like going, help, and I was like, what's going on? And then he kind of looked and his missus was literally having a fit.
oh
On the
no.
floor, do you know what I mean? He was in bits, didn't know how to sort of like help her and that, do you know what I mean?
Well, especially because in that situation, it's not like the emergency services are going to be anytime soon because it's too packed, wasn't it?
I mean, to be honest, at the day, so like when we, because it was a line that we was in going to trying to get into the station. The good thing about it was that the emergency services was on the scene straight away. You know what I mean? Because they was there obviously because of the crowd and all that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, in case anything happened. Yeah.
Yeah, they was in the train station, so all they did was they came out the train station and just sort of like attended to it. But yeah, you're right what you're saying. Sometimes with these emergency services, they can take ages to get to you. But lucky enough, this wasn't the case. But it was just horrendous, like getting back and that. But like another good thing about it is like I think everybody got reimbursed. The tickets got reimbursed.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? The organisation of it was shambalistic. It was just shambles. They did not anticipate that there's going to be so much people coming up to this parade and all that. Do you know what I mean? Because there's people from obviously all around the northwest that came out, like Warrington, Manchester, and so on. So on.
I was talking to one of the conductor guys or one of the train guys up at Lime Street, and he goes to me, and I said to him about it all, and he works for Northern Rail.
Yeah.
And he was saying that this year, for the first time, British Rail have taken it over. He said if they just left it to Northern Rail, because we know we've dealt with these things time and time again.
Yeah.
For the organisation, he said, well, you wouldn't have had none of this. He said, yeah, it'd been busy. He said it would have been busy, obviously. He said, but we'd have controlled it much better than how this has been done because they don't know these big events like we do.
The thing about it, this is what I always say, and I've got this motto in life: if it ain't broke, don't fix it, mate.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what I mean? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. What are you fixing it for? Do you know what I mean? It's like me, like you're mechanic now. So like you're mechanic. I got my car, I bring it to you, and you go to me, all right, what's wrong with it? Yeah? I can help you, what's wrong with it? I say nothing. I just want it fixed. But there's nothing wrong with it there. I just want it fixed. Do you know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? You're going to think to yourself, well, this geezer's got a slate missing, hasn't he? Do you know what I mean? You understand what I'm saying? So I don't know why at the end of the day they chose to sort of give the British Rail or British Rail got it.
Mm.
You know what I mean? If there was nothing wrong with it, nothing
Mm.
wrong with it. Because I've been up to, I've caught the train up to Lime Street, yeah, like on Champions League day.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
The
Yeah,
final,
on Champions League game.
the
Yeah.
final. I've gone and watched it in the arena. I've gone and watched it in the pub, like a bar somewhere. Do you know what I mean? And like it's been fine.
Mm.
It's been fine. And even when we got back now, getting the coach back, it's fine.
Mm.
So I don't know. You know what I mean? If it ain't broke, don't fix it, man. I don't know what you're doing.
No, it's very true. Yeah,
I
yeah.
don't know what you're doing.
Oh, anyway, it's great to have you on. I love our chats, and perhaps it'd be nice if we can get maybe N90 and Fozzie if he's available. Perhaps we could set up a stream and do one together at some point. That'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I'll get on that. I'll speak to N90
Yeah.
and get his availability on that. Yeah, definitely. Be nice. And
Yeah.
it's a community, isn't it? It's a community.
Exactly,
You know,
exactly. Yeah,
We just
yeah,
like
exactly.
talking about our beloved team. But
Yeah, listen, as I said, anytime that you need me, just give me a shout and I'm on it.
Yeah. No, I appreciate it. I really do. I appreciate giving up your time. I don't actually like doing streams on my own, really, because
Mm.
interviewing background. That's where I come from.
Yeah.
Viewing people and all that kind of thing. So
Mm.
I'm not kind of like a presentery type person where I can just, some people have a real gift for that, but I don't,
Yeah. I get you.
So I love to interact with other people and bounce off of them. That's how
it does
I'd
make it so
like
bit more
that's how I'd like Shankly's Boot Room to go really forward.
Yeah.
Just doing things together like a community.
Yeah.
And big up guys in the chat there. If anybody ever wants to do a collab with me or whatever, we can perhaps talk through the chat and everything, and perhaps we can do one in the future as well. So because that's what it's all about. It's all about community with everybody. All you guys.
Right.
But anyway, so we'll end it up here then. So good luck with your previous preview show and your watch along, and I'll probably join you on the watch along a bit later.
Okay, mate.
Yeah. All right then. Yeah. Busy man, sparing time for me. Brilliant. I love that. And
No problem,
and
mate.
all you guys watching, don't forget to please go and subscribe to Uncle Rodz. If it's the first time you've seen Uncle, please go and subscribe to his channel. It's in the description, and help his channel to grow as well, because that's what it's all about.
No problem, mate. And as
yeah.
I said, any time that you need me, you know what I mean? Just give me a shout.
We'll do. Yeah. Okay then.
Yeah.
All right. Speak to you soon.
All right, then take care, bro. Take care, bro.
Bye bye.